Leo friends, and welcome to your horoscope for April of 2021. We're Leo this month. We still have a lot of fast tracking forward motion, and we're not going to hit the retrograde cycle, especially of the outer planets, until the end of the month. So I would tell you this month coming into it, take advantage of the opportunities that are presented to you. Of course, if they're in alignment with your chart, but take advantage of them because you still have the forward motion, and what needs to be adjusted, we can adjust during the retrograde cycle, okay? Now, it's a really great month for you, I think, to be paying attention to. First of all, it's a continuation really of a lot of what was happening in March in terms of the forward motion. But now it's also about using the Mercury that's going to come in, the moon that's going to come into your ninth house, in addition to the sun that's already there, to say, well, what are my educational opportunities? What are my opportunities for travel? Do I have things going on in or with the law? And I need to pay attention to those things. You know, is there something with distant travel that I'm interested in? Take advantage of it. Publishing, marketing, broadcasting. If you want it, Leo, take advantage of it this month. What needs to be adjusted, we'll clean up down the road, okay? All right, let's get in here and talk about what's going on this month. So right at the beginning of the month on the 3rd, we're going to see Mercury moving into the energy of Aries. Now, wherever Mercury goes, it busies up the space, right? You get more busy, you communicate more, there's a lot more going on, there's more thinking to be doing, there's more decision-making going on. And this is going to be happening in Aries, which is very direct. So it's like conversation. Decisions, they become very straight, they become very direct, they can be very impulsive for sure. They can even be argumentative, which if you're doing things, ninth house, that has to do with the law, or you're debating in school, or you're doing something like that, this is absolutely a beautiful energy to work with in that capacity. But because it is lighting up your ninth house until April 19th, publishing, marketing, broadcasting, higher education, spirituality, philosophy, law, morals, ethics, travel across oceans. We're not talking state to state, we're talking oceans. Any of these big things become prominent. They'll become prominent in your conversation. They'll become prominent in the spaces that you're making decisions, okay? Now, on the 11th, we're going to have a new moon in the energy of Aries, so also lighting up that ninth house space at 22 degrees of Aries. So, Leo, make sure that you grab your chart and look at where 22 degrees is happening for you. Is it happening at a point or an angle? Do you have a planet that is activated at 22 degrees? And everybody has all of the degrees in their chart. So if you're not sure how to find that in your chart, make sure you watch the transit video on how to find the transits, because everybody has all of the degrees in their chart, okay? Now, what you're going to want to pay attention to at this new moon is that it's so great. We plant our seeds of intention and we plant them in the soil of magic because it's dark. It is dark, okay? So you plant cucumbers, you hope you're going to get cucumbers. In the ninth house, you plant a teaching or a learning opportunity or a trip, and you hope that it's going to blossom into that. But what is happening at this particular moon is that this moon is in square with Pluto. Okay, and I think that's really important for us to consider this time, because what I feel like happens at this new moon is that you are absolutely able to request and ask for this beginning or this fresh start or a fresh set of eyes to be put in this ninth house area for you, so that you can move forward, attack, usher, warrior forward. But Pluto is going to demand that you see what destructive behaviors you have that are still in place and stopping you from going forward. What is the holdback here? A moon square Pluto, we can take these behaviors and get really stimulated at a moon and get destructive with ourselves. We can take it and we can become impulsive or obsessive about it, or we beat ourselves down. Or you can use this square against this moon as the opportunity to understand that the moon is saying, yes, from the inside out, I want you to have this experience, but we also have to go talk to Pluto because it looks like you've got a little debt or you've had some things over here, no big deal, but we got to take care of that so that we can begin this area really strong and let you have this experience. So I feel like that is what this moon sets up in terms of bringing its newness. But plant your seeds of intention and then be prepared to look at if you've got something going on that is in your way, okay? On the 14th, we see Venus come into the energy of Taurus. On the 19th, we see Mercury come into Taurus, as well as the Sun. And then we have the 10th house just on fire. You've got the Sun, light, heat, life, vitality, motivation moving through Taurus energy, lighting up the 10th house space, the tip top of your chart. This is your career. This is your reputation, your soul level calling. What do we know you as? Right? Were you married and now you're not married? Were you single and now you're married? You have a new title. So what's your title in the world? We see Mercury in Taurus, but Mercury is slowed down here. So what you're thinking about and working on in the workspace, reputation, career space, it's pretty steady. It's pretty solid. It's grounded. You're doing a nice slow peel through the information with Mercury and Taurus. And Venus is activating a lot of beauty, bringing a lot of charm, making you socially acceptable and attractive and magnetic, right? It really ups the public social appeal for sure, especially in the 10th house. And anytime Venus gets to travel near Mercury and the Sun, it really is very good for romance as well. So I don't know if you got a workplace, something going on, you guys having a little virtual flirtation in the Zoom chat, I don't know what you're doing, but whatever this looks like, this is very good for bringing that kind of magnetism to the table for you as well. And it is a good energy to also get married under. So if you're already married, enjoy each other during this beautiful Taurus season, okay? On the 23rd, we see Mars moving into the energy of Cancer. This will light up your 12th house space, so just one house behind. Mars in Cancer is not particularly comfortable. He's actually said to be in fall in this particular placement because Mars just wants to do what I want and do it now. Right? And Cancer needs to talk about it, feel about it. Let's get into the depths of this. And that is not Mars's particular way of doing things. But where I think we get to see Mars be really strong in the energy of Cancer is that Cancer is a cardinal sign. So Cancer does want to initiate some things. And Mars is like, I got you. Yes, let's do that. So what can you initiate in the 12th house? First of all, if you've got projects that you're doing behind the scenes, you're working on them, work nice and steady on your own. Enjoy it. Let Mars in Cancer really dig into that with you. Feel your way through the projects that you're working on. Connect to your spiritual plane. Relax. Rejuvenate yourself. When's the last time you had a little something to just nurture yourself? Allow you to get your soil of your life nice and fertile and planted so that as you launch forward towards your birthday time, which will be coming up in a hot minute, you're prepared. Where can you take actions of rest and rejuvenation for yourself? Now, I also do think of too, in that 12th house space, if there are people that are specialized population in your life, someone with maybe an addiction or something going on with mental health, maybe there's an elderly person or a baby in your life, these may also be times where you're showing up in the action of nurturing that particular person at this time, okay? On the 26th, we've got a full moon happening in the energy of Scorpio at 7 degrees. This is going to light up your 4th house space, Leo. So home, family, real estate, property, your internal psychological foundation. After 2021, we all have a new setting here for sure. But this could also be with the full moon saying we need to end something, acknowledge something, or adjust something. It could just be a time where you are ready to make changes in your home. Now, the moon is going to be opposing Uranus and Taurus and then squaring Saturn, okay? So one of the ideas that I have here is in that opposition of Scorpio and Taurus is that it's this little bit of dance of home and work, the home and work, and you're having to really reinvent the workspace, right? It's been shaken up. Your identity has been shaken up. You maybe have a new title, did you do something behind the scenes? Did you run off and get married? And now we're all about to find out in springtime that you're really married. Did you do something that has shaken you up and is causing you to take on a new title, but it's feeling in opposition here? But what I can tell you is under the opposition square, one of the things that you can think about is where can you surrender to win here? Because it's almost as if at this full moon, if you let something end, you make an acknowledgement, the truth shall set you free, or you make an adjustment. If you surrender, you will win because you leave the power struggle and you let the newness in and you allow that to be against that square with Saturn that says, these behaviors, these attitudes, these actions are not sustainable anymore. So if it's not around a relationship or it's something in your house, look at where can you surrender to win, okay? As we close out this month, Leo, we are going to see Pluto take its retrograde at 26 degrees of Capricorn. Now, you've seen it. You've seen it. You've been here. This is not new news. There may be new revelations during Pluto's retrograde, but what you're looking at in this sixth house, I think you've seen it a couple times. You've been working in this Capricorn area for several years. I would ask you to pay attention to your health as Pluto goes retrograde. And it's not just your body health. I mean, that is great. Yes, pay attention to your body health. You know, what revelations are you having? What transformations are you having there? Ooh, somebody's having a baby. Oh, you're not having the baby. Somebody else is carrying the baby, I think. So is this a surrogate? Or maybe you're in a same-sex relationship and so one of you can't or doesn't want to. Somebody's having a baby. Please let me know if that's you in the comment section down below. Very cool. Okay, but you're having the revelation also about health, and it can be mental health. Mental health and well-being. Are you on par here? What is changing for you? Where are you changed in your mind? And day-to-day routines, I'm telling you, as things change in our relationships, they change in our hearts, they change in our family structures, we get new revelations around daily routines. So this would be something I would ask you to pay attention to. If you did launch a project or something like that and you're an entrepreneur, this can also be opportunities, like you're going back to them or they're coming back to the table and you're probably going to be able to take advantage of them, okay? All right, my beautiful friends, I think it's going to be a good month, and everybody's not going to have the best month ever, but that is not the point of the general reading. The general reading is to give you the energies, let you know that they're coming, and give you an opportunity to see how you can work with them. The best thing to do if you really want to know how this is going to go down for you is to look at your own chart or to have somebody look at it with you / for you, okay? All right, my beautiful friends, like this video, comment, share, subscribe. I love you, and I look forward to seeing you next month. Bye, everyone.